weapon has been in the works for over 20 years. The coast of India's government cost the Indian government more than 500 million, is among India's most sophisticated. But the launch has attracted none of the criticism from the West that North Korea forced when it tried to spend up a similar rocket last week. China is now criticizing the West's silence, saying it is ignoring India's disregard for nuclear treaties. India wants to join the elite group of countries that openly have long-range weapons that can carry nuclear warheads. That club includes the U.S., Britain, France, Russia, and of course China. So you guys can read these articles, and I'm going to bring out some scripts for you so we can tie these into the Bible. Alright? Alright, shalom. And let's get into these scripts. And first script I have is dealing with Russia. Because if this war, as they trying to say, is done, or this war is not coming, why is Russia, India, and the different allies testing their atomic weaponry? Because that's why the Lord told you this war will be fought with fire, fuel of fire, okay? Garments rolled, the other wars were fought in garments rolled in blood. Swords, spears, but this one's going to be with fuel of fire. And the Most High is already gearing up, man. He's fine-tuning everything right now. He's fine-tuning the missiles, making sure that, they're right on time. That's what he's putting his spirit on them. We don't control, we don't have free will. So it's the Most High getting these tests to show the elect that I'm still working. Okay, and these prophecies are coming to pass. Alright, let's go to Ezekiel 38. Ezekiel 38, and it says, and say thus, let's go to verse 1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog in the land of Magog, and the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. Okay, prophesy. What's prophesy? Say something before it happens. And what is the Lord blessed us with the knowledge of knowing? This third world war. So what he's saying, Son of man, prophesy against Gog and Magog. Prophesy against Russia and say that this is finna happen before it happens. Prophesy. Okay? And it says, prophesy against him. This is verse 3. And say, Thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O God, and chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. Because they're, at the end of the day, these are Edomites, man. The Most High is just using them as a sword. So he's not doing something that's strange. He's using the devil to kill the devil, man. He's using the sword to battle the other sword. Alright? And it says, and it says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. What are they going to turn Russia back to? The Soviet Union. Okay? That's when they were most at their aggressive stage. Alright? When they were really in that spirit of destroying. But it wasn't time then. During the Cuban crisis, that was not the time set up. The elect was not sealed at that time. Now the truth is flourishing, and the elect are getting sealed every day, every moment. So that's why the Most High is allowing this war to get heated back up. That's why the doomsday clock is the hand is by 5 minutes to midnight. That's why this is happening and moving at such a fast rate. Because the elect is getting sealed. And it says, and I will turn thee back and the hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thy armies, horses and horsemen. Okay? Armies, horses, and horsemen is talking about, because this ain't going to be fight. Also their army, but it's also that technology, that nuclear arsenal. It says, forth thy armies, horsemen, and horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company of bucklers, shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of, okay, Persia. What's Persia? What's the modern day Persia? It's Iran. That's modern day Persia, because they changed their names to Iranian, but those were originally Persians, okay? That's why they're saying they have such deep history They've been over there doing, when they were Persians, they were been doing what they're doing today. You know, that's why they've established that land as a land of Persia. So just because they changed the name does not upset these prophecies. And it says Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shields and helmets. Gumar and all his bands of horses, Togarmah and the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with them. That means the allies, okay? That's how you know this is going to be an ally fought war. Because what's going on right now, Iran's standing up for Iran, Russia's standing up for Iran, okay? And Iran's standing up for Syria, okay? You have different allies that are coming together to fulfill this prophecy. It says, Togarmah, the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy companies, all that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. So Russia's being a guard unto Libya, or it was trying to be, but Libya unto Iran, the Persians, okay? And it says, after many days thou shalt be visited, in the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always wasted, or waste, but is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. Thou shalt ascend and come like a storm, thou shalt be like a cloud to cover cover the land, thou and all thy bands of many people with thee. Thus saith the Lord power. It shall also come to pass that at that same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought. What's that evil thought? Is nuking this place, okay? That's the evil thought that Putin's going to have in his head. Lord willing, is in his, we know for a strong possibility it could be in the Putin seat. All right, like I said, ex-KGB. He already has an instilled hatred for this place, okay? Because he was an ex-spy, man. They killed people, okay? The Russians will lob your head off, man. So that's that brewing up that the Most High has established. And then to touch the nuclear weapons, this is 2nd Ezra 16 and 13. And it says, for the strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. What's the bow? What's the modern day bow? What's the Most High's bow he's talking about here? That bow is those missiles. As you can already see, an ICBM missile looks like a big arrow. Alright, what's that bow? Is the missile silo. The propulsion that is shot up, the rocket propulsion. It don't have to have no actual hand pulling it back and letting it go. Okay, just like you see in the Olympics when they pull it back, let it go. That's the propulsion to let that arrow go, is that fuel. The fuel that is in that is also nuclear fuel. Okay, that's how I can travel those certain distances on that nuclear fuel or that jet propulsion system. Okay, and it says, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp. How are they sharp? Because those warheads, the warheads, back in the day, your arrows were only as strong as the archer and the tip. Okay, if your bow was faultily made, or the tip wasn't strong enough, it wouldn't penetrate. Okay, so the tip of these arrows, which is the tip of the ICBMs, has the power in them. They have the splitting of the atom in there. The atomic explosion is that power. That's that strong tip. That's that sharp tip. Because when that hits, it destroys mileage on there, man. It doesn't destroy like yard. It destroys miles, ranges of this thing. And then you got fallout. That's even longer. Okay? And it says, and shall not miss. How are they not going to miss? They have what you call missile guided programs. Once the location is designated to these missiles, they go and they don't stop. They go there and they're going to go. So the Most High is just going to put it in those missiles where they go. They already got the systems in it. He invented them. It's his technology. It's out of his armory. So he's mastered them. So these crafts, which were already found over nuclear silos, just going to turn them on and launch them bad boys. And it says, and shall not miss, and when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Into the ends of the world, that means when they shot from Russia, they're going to come all the way into the air, come back down into America, okay, and different parts of the world where they need to go. And it says, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again.